It's time for today's speed round, brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the National Football League. Let's start with that game, the Dolphins against the Titans. The Dolphins, the first team in NFL history, Peter, to have both a 7-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak in the same season, although this is going to be the toughest game they have faced since that Thursday night against Baltimore. Can they go in to Nashville and handle a Titans team that just keeps finding a way against all odds and through all adversity? They find a way. Will they find a way to deal with this red-hot Dolphins team?
I think they can, but I think it's going to have to be a low-scoring game, and I think they're going to have to win it on defense. I mean, right now, think of this, Mike. This is just one of the weird stats of the week, but it really means something. Miami leads the NFL with 45 sacks. Tennessee has allowed the fourth most sacks in the league, 45. And so what Miami has to preach is rush Ryan Tannehill and don't give him any chance to be comfortable. I think in order to win this game, Miami's got to generate a couple more turnovers than they commit. And look, I think the wise men who really analyze this game have looked at Miami and said, they're a good team. They really have not had the kind of victories where you would say, oh my God, they're red hot and look out, nobody wants to play Miami. I think Miami's good. I don't think they're overwhelmingly good. And I think they're going to have to play a low-scoring game, and they're going to have to abuse Ryan Tannehill to win this one.
I love what they do with the line of scrimmage, though, on defense. They'll have 7 or 8 guys there. You don't know who's rushing. You don't know who's dropping into coverage.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the old Bears 46 defense, frankly, with just chaos and confusion. We saw what it did to Ian Book. We saw what it did to Lamar Jackson. We saw what it did to Cam Newton, and that has kind of become their identity defensively. So I give them a chance, but it's not going to be easy with the Titans trying to still potentially climb the ladder to the number 1 seed if they can get some things to fall their way. They clinch the AFC South with a win. The Eagles take on Washington. Philadelphia currently the 7th seed in the NFC. Washington lost 4 in a row, won 4 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row. They've had a rough go of it lately. The Eagles have discovered their running game. Credit to Nick Sirianni for figuring out on the fly what his team does well and doing it. The Eagles are one of those teams that if you're the other teams in the NFC playoff field, you're kind of hoping they don't get in because they could be dangerous in the elements. They run the ball. They play good defense. That's the formula we've recognized for decades to be successful in the postseason.
Look, they're 5-1 in their last 6. They're the best running team in football in the second half of the season. And I kind of look at the Eagles, Mike, as one of the really, really interesting, compelling teams in football, to the point that I think it's legitimately possible that Jalen Hurts could enter the offseason as the Eagles quarterback, that they could use the draft and free agency as a way to supplement all other positions on their team other than quarterback in a year when all the quarterbacks seem to be suspect coming out in the draft. So, Mike, I think this is a game that the Eagles are going to wear down Washington. And if I were Washington, I would really be playing, max men in the box consistently to try to make sure that they don't beat us by running. Even though I really like Jalen Hurts, I want this game, if I'm Washington, if I'm Ron Rivera, I want it to be decided by Jalen Hurts' arm and not his legs and the legs of the running backs.
That's an NFC East game. The next one used to be an NFC East game for years when the Cardinals were in that division. Even when they were the Arizona and Phoenix Cardinals, they were still in the NFC East. That still makes no sense to me. And the Cardinals currently make no sense to me. 3 straight losses after a 10-2 start. The Cowboys, a 4-game winning streak, and they found the gas pedal offensively against Washington on Sunday night. This feels like just another another step toward the crumbling of the Cardinals and the ascension of the Cowboys. Am I misreading it, Peter?
I don't think you're misreading it at all. I think Kyler Murray, I'm not saying he's regressed, but he's not, because the first half of this season, he's the most accurate quarterback, the most explosive quarterback in the NFL. And I think that the Cardinals need to go back to what they believe right now that they can do the best, and that is giving the ball to James Conner and Chase Edmonds and keeping Dak Prescott off the field. That, to me, is the key for Arizona to have a good chance to win this game.
You know, we've seen it with Prescott this year and his calf injury. We've seen it with Russell Wilson and his finger injury. And I think to a certain extent we're seeing it with Murray and his ankle injury. You miss some time, but when you come back, you're still not the guy that you were before you suffered that injury. Yeah. It takes more time to get back, and the Cardinals are running out of time to turn it around. We are running out of time. We're going to take a break, and we'll do the Week 17 Show Me Something draft when PFT Live continues right after this.
Pro Football Talk is brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.